Greetings loyal subjects, my name is the Nickel King, and today I'm going to do a tutorial video on how I record my videos and edit them and create my custom thumbnails. So, the way I capture my videos is I use a software that is called Open Broadcaster software. You can just look it up. If you type in OBS, it should come up in the search. And there it is right there. And this is the version you're going to want to get. I don't get the multi-platform version because I think that this is good enough. It's just, it's good enough for what it has to do. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click download if you have Windows 7, 8, or 10. I've already downloaded it, so I'm not gonna download it again. So we're just gonna exit out of there, and I'm gonna bring it up. Now, as you can see, I'm recording right now. So if I zoom in, you can see it's just zooming in like a screen. It's just capturing my screen over and over and over again. So that's what we want to do. So, to edit this, you're going to want to create a scene, which you add scene, and you can name your scene. Alright, now you added your scene. Now, to edit your scene, you're going to want to add monitor capture. Now, I've already done it right here, so I'm not going to do it again, but this is right here. You're going to want to add monitor capture so that it captures your entire monitor. And if you want to do a face cam, you do the same thing, you add, and you do video capture device. Now, I do not have a video capture device in this computer, so it's not going to show up for me. But if you have a video capture device, it should show right here. If you have two, you might want to make sure you got the selected one right here. As you can see, there's none, so I'm not going to add one. Now, alone, this is a good software for being free, but you will have to make some tweaks to it in order for it to run at optimal performance. If you do not get it tweaked to your liking, it will look pixelated. Your videos will look pixelated, and it's not going to look good at all. So, what I like to do is I go to settings, and you're going to go to encoding first. You're going to want to uncheck UCPR. You do not want that checked. And then you're going to want to set this to 10. And I like to set this to 2500. That's just my personal preference, but you should be able to keep it at 1000, but this is my personal preference. And then you're going to want to check the use custom buffer size. This is very important because this is what mainly makes your videos look pixelated. So you're going to check that, and then you're going to want to take it all the way down to 0. You don't want any buffering. Then you're going to want to select file output. Now, normally this software is normally used for streaming. So what you're going to want to do, if you just want to record, you're just going to want to choose file output only, which will send the video to a file. And then you're going to want to select your file path. You can just customize that to your liking. I just set it to my recordings folder. And then you're going to want to go to video. Video, set it to 1080p. This is very important. You can either use a custom setting or you can use your monitor setting, but make sure it's set to 1080p if you can get it. And also set your FPS to 60. Audio, it should be good. I haven't had any problems with the audio thus far. Hotkeys, you should be fine unless you want to push talk and stuff like that. Advanced. Now this is where the stuff gets kind of confusing, so I'll just show you what you need to set things to. First, this one times 264 CPU, you're going to want to set that to ultra fast. Normally it will just be set to very fast. You just want to set it to ultra fast. This is going to show up, and don't worry about it, it's fine. Now, your encoding, you don't have to really do anything about that. That should be fine. You're going to want to keep the keyframe at 0. That's normal. This is where things you need to change. Use CFR. Uncheck that box. You do not want to use that. Then you're going to want to check custom encoder settings. So you check that and you'll be able to type in your custom settings. Now, this is where your own personal preference is going to come into play. Depending on how good a computer you have, mine's pretty good, so but it's not amazing. So I have it set to 15. Now, the ratings from good to bad are 0 to 20. So what you're going to set it to is CRF equals a number between 0 to 20. Now the number differs from how good your computers are. This is going to mainly take some trials. You're just going to have to record a lot and just going to have to see what works for your computer. 15 seems to be working for my computer. I probably could go higher, but 15's working so far, so I'm going to keep it at that. So I'm not going to change anything right here. So just CRF equals 15. Everything else, no, I'm not going to change. Anything else should be good. Browser settings, you do not need that. Microphone settings, if you want to change your microphone settings, that's totally fine. And that really doesn't need any change. So that's the basic setup for that. Now we are going to go to how I edit my videos. Now I use a software, you've probably heard it before, you have to pay for it, so I'm sorry, but I don't support pirating, so normal ways you're going to have to get this is just through buying it. But I use Sony Vegas Pro 13. It's a good editing software. This was the recent video, my recent reaction video I did. I do not need that anymore, but this is basically what you need to do. There's not really much you can do. You can add the video. You can select your volume rating. As you can see, this controls your volume. This is the audio. This is the actual video right here. You can actually split your video. If I can find it. I'm not seeing it. Hold on. Well, oh, here it is right here. Split. It's not working right now for some reason, but you get the idea. So splitting is how you cut your videos into parts. If you find to where your video is boring and in certain parts and you want to cut that part out, you want to keep your audience as entertained as possible, just split into the parts where the boring part began and it ended, and once you split it that, you can right click the file and then hit delete, and it automatically deletes it. I'm going to delete this out of the way because I do not need this here. How you add a video to it is pretty simple. All you have to do is go to the file up there, right here, click it, go to wherever your where your recording is located. Mine just so happens to be right here. Here's my will you press the button video. I'll open that. Yes. And there it is right there. There's the video. Now to preview, sometimes in Sony Vegas there will be a preview screen already up here, but for some reason mine doesn't. So to get a preview screen, all you have to do is go to View, go to Window, and then video preview, or you can press Alt plus 4 or just Alt and 4, which I will show right now, and there it is. Now you can resize it to your liking, of course. There it is. No problemo. And you can also move it. And there's your preview screen. Now let me show you how it works. I'll play it. Oh, you might also have to click the video just in case. Sometimes it won't start. Insert disease here. Yep, see? That's how you preview your video. Now to save this, video, all you have to do, you have to have this blue box around it. This is going to be your rendering box. So once you have that around your entire video, you're going to want to go to render as, and it'll take a while. Now for if you're doing this for YouTube, always render it as Internet HD 1080p. It's very important. 1080p is HD, so you always want that selected. So as you can see, it is under this right here. It's going to be an MP4 file, and it's going to be Internet HD 1080p. So that's going to be 60 frames a second, and it's going to be HD. So that's what you want right there. I already have this video rendered, so I don't need to do that. And that's it. That's how. Now you can play around with the software, like adding music to it. Here's how you add music. First, you have to create an audio track. Insert media. Well, you can insert text media. Insert video track. You just have to insert a media, and since I already have done that, I don't need to do it. And find the music that you want. Here it is. Open. Oh, maybe I do have to do it. Wrong one. Well, this does not want to cooperate with me today. Might have to delete some tracks. Yeah, I don't have space for another track. So now I'm gonna add audio track. There it is. Now that I added that, it should go right there. See? You can also add more to it like that. And now I have, if we go to our preview screen again, as you can see, I have music playing. Some people say it's very complicated to use this software, and I do say so myself. It is very complicated the first time you touch it, but you have to experiment with this. This lowers the volume. You just touch the top and then you bring it down and it adjusts the volume. However, while Sony Vegas is a good website to use, it's a good software to use for editing your videos, it lacks greatly in transitions. Transitions is something that are a big part of my videos sometimes, and this software is just not good for that. So I'm going to exit this software and I'm going to show you what I use for my transitions. And you'll be surprised, it's Windows Movie Maker. Now you can use Windows Movie Maker, or if you have, if you're one of those people that have a Mac, what are you doing with your life? But anyway, iMovie should be doing the same thing. So after you've rendered the movie in Movie Maker as 1080p, you're going to want to open that same file that you just made into Movie Maker. So you just open, you just add, and then add whatever video you want. And then the transitions are going to be in animations, and here are all the transitions right here. Now you can choose which one you want. There are great variety of transitions around here. so you can choose what you want. Now, to add a face cam. This is a big one. To add a face cam to a video, it's very simple. Wait, I already said this. But face cams will, to adjust a face cam to its size, I forgot to mention this part. I'll add a video capturing device. Okay. Well, it's not gonna do it, but basically what will happen is when you edit a scene, you are able to resize and move around your scene. So right here, I'm able to shrink my scene, as you can see there. So it's very helpful for when you're making a video. So there's that. I know it was probably weird for y'all to see that right now, but basically what I did was I just clicked on this lower corner right here. Any corner will do, and you can resize it. So if you add a webcam, we'll do add an image, and then I can browse the image. And I'll just pick a random image. I'll pick the kunai, why not? Okay. There's the kunai. There it is right there. And you can resize it. So that's what editing scene does. It edits the scene that you're playing. That's pretty simple. And you can make it bigger or smaller depending on your preference. If you are going to use images, I recommend using PNG files because they are much easier. Now, since I do not need this, I'm just going to remove it. Yes. And that's the basic tutorial. So that is how you capture your video and edit your video. It's very simple. So thank you all so much for watching. If you thought this video was helpful, please leave a like and share the video so that you can help other people produce videos just as well. And also, other than Sony Vegas, this software, OBS, is completely free, and so is Movie Maker. Movie Maker can get the job that Sony Vegas does, but it's just a lot more time consuming, if you will. So if you do not have it installed already, you can get it off of Microsoft. You should have iMovie installed if you have a Mac. I have not met a Mac that doesn't have iMovie installed. So it's pretty easy to use that. Sorry about that quick edit right there. Now to make my thumbnails, I actually use a free online photo editor. If you just go type in your search box Pixlr, Pixlr, and type that in, you go to the Pixlr official site, and it should bring you to a website like this, and it's going to bring you to this. Now we're just going to do not use the Express one, we're just going to use this one. If it will let me, there we go. Now anything you want to use here, you're going to want to create a new image. Pick the size that you want. I don't really need a specific size. Whether you want to make this transparent or not is personal preference for you, but I am not going to do it today. But since we are making a thumbnail, we are not going to do that. Instead, you're going to want to go to open an image and find an image that you want to use. So like, say this one. See, I found this image right here. I can edit this to whatever I want to do. And to find images like these is pretty simple. You just want to look up Google Images. and go to Google Images. And then search in the search box what you want to put on your thumbnail. Now I do have to say this. First of all, make sure you have the rights to use the image that you're searching. If you do not have the rights, then don't use the image. Now, if you're creating a background image, you can search up whatever background image you want. But if you're going to put something onto the background image, you're going to want to search up something like, I don't know, like say I had a frontier map background, so I'm going to search up spy, well, TF2 spy, TF2 spy. Then you're going to want to add this at the end, PNG. Now what PNG means is that the image behind it is going to be transparent. Now you see the red spy right here, but you see all these little like checkered pattern right here. This means that this image has a transparent background, which means it will match the background I put it on. So there won't be like that little white box that's around it. The only thing that's going to show is this image right here that's not within the checkered pattern. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to save image, and you're just going to click that, and it's going to show up at the bottom of your screen. I'm not going to do that. Now to add the image, all you have to do is open image, and here you have a bunch of images to choose from. Here's one of the spy PNG files I found. I'm going to open it, and as you can see, there's that checkered background. I'm going to edit, and I'm going to select all. Then, wait, no, come back. Then you're going to want to copy, and then you're going to edit. Make sure you click the image that you want to paste it on before you paste, and then you're going to want to paste. And there's the image right there. As you can see, all good. Now to move the image, all you have to do is push the move tool. It's right here, and you can move it. Now to select what you move, you just have to select the image you want to select. I cannot select this image because it's the background. And yeah, to add text, you just go to the A right here, and you'll add any text that you want. And you can experiment with all of this. Now to make it bigger or smaller, you're going to want to press this free transform, and make sure it's the one you want is selected. Now to free transform this, you have to make sure you're holding shift. If you don't hold shift, it's going to end up going like this. As you can see, it's becoming wobbly, and there's a fat spy. You don't want that, so you can always click somewhere and say no if you messed up. Now this is how you properly do it. You hold shift down, and then you start pulling it down. Now as you can see, it's kind of like pulling in together, and it's not becoming disordered any. And then you want to save your changes. Yes. There's also one more thing you can do with free transform. You can turn it. As you can see, you do not need to hold shift to turn it. It's just going to do this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Pretty simple. Now, I do have to say that this will take up some time, making your custom thumbnails. You want to make sure they look good. So please take your time on these. Do not rush through it, and make sure you make a good thumbnail. And that's all I have to say about that. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos, and share this video, and I will see y'all in the next video. Stay awesome. Bye bye.